Welcome to the Aligned Soul Woo and the Do Business and Manifestation podcast for entrepreneur women who don't talk about it, they be about it. This is your frequency shift to help you create the life and business of your mother freaking dreams and shifting your energy and making moves to do so. I am so excited about today's podcast because it is going to be a more manifesting, energetic podcast all about how I manifested my Sex in the City life, tripled my salary, and ended up living down the street from Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew Broderick. It is going to be the really fun podcast that is going to focus on the missing element in all of the manifestation teachings that you probably have heard and using this in your life and business will skyrocket your growth, give you that more on more, improving on improving, good on good on good on good life. Let's go. So here's the deal. I was living in Atlanta, Georgia, working for the Coca-Cola company, and I always knew ever since I was a little girl of 6 years old that I was going to live in New York City. And I had a strong desire to move to New York City. This was back in, I don't know, 2006 or 7-ish, probably around that time. And I knew that a big part of me desired to live in New York City. And I wanted to live in New York City, but not live in New York City as, people living in New York City normally do when they first go, right? They've got all the roommates and they're sharing things. No, I wanted my life to exponentially get even better when I moved to New York City. Wasn't having no new, shares, none of that. I wanted to make really good money and literally I called it live my Sex in the City life. And so what I did is I became what I call and trademarked a manifestation in motion. And so I'm going to walk you through how to become your own manifestation in motion to manifest anything that you desire, especially in your life, especially in business, because in order to create the most amazing life and business of your dreams, you get to have all areas of your life rocking and rolling. So when I knew that I wanted to leave Atlanta, what I did was I got clear on the life I wanted to live in New York. This clarity helped me to become the walking manifestation in motion while I was living in Atlanta. So I got clear on the type of life that I wanted to live, what I thought I was going to be doing, how I thought I was going to be dressing, like all of those things, and decided that I didn't need to wait until I was in New York City to do that. I got to live it right now. And so one of the most important things that are missing, the missing element in manifestation, and especially the way it's being taught mainstream, they really focus on the thoughts, and thoughts, of course, are super important. I will talk to you about, you know, your thoughts and your self concept and what are you saying to yourself, all of that. That's super important. But one of the most important things that is going to rapidly shift your life is when you are embodying and being the identity of the you who has whatever you desire before it manifests, because that's how it happens. You be the person, you be in the energy, you walk and make decisions and do all the things in alignment with the identity of the you who already has it. And guess what? It unfolds. You collapse time. Things that match that energy, that vibration that you're in, unfold into your life. Now, I've done this many, many, many times in my life. I manifested my position with Toilet and Touche this way. I've done just so many things using this, what I'm going to teach to you. So get your pen and paper out because I'm going to give you some steps to doing this. And it is clear, it's easy, and it's something that you can um, apply to everything. All right. So The Sex and the City manifestation. So fun. I got clear on the personal energetic vibration. I call it PEV, personal energetic vibration of the me who lived in New York City and was living her best life, making the money, doing the things, and being her Carrie Bradshaw in her life. Okay. And so, what PEV is made up of are this: your thoughts, your beliefs, your feelings, emotions, intentions, decisions, and actions. I'll say it again, and then you can pause it and write it down. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your feelings and emotions, intentions, decisions, and actions. And when you can get clear on the thoughts, beliefs, feelings, emotions, intentions, decisions, and actions of the you who already has what you desire, then you can start being that person right now. You don't have to wait, right? You don't need to wait. Always remember your manifestation, whatever the thing that you want, is the byproduct of you already being the energy of that person. It is a combination of like the law of assumption. So you're assuming the position, like I say, assume the position. You're being the person who already has it. And therefore, what is happening? You're attracting situations, circumstances, experiences, people that match that frequency that you are already being. You rise to the frequency by doing the personal energetic vibration work and being the person who has it. So, this looked like for me getting clear on who is, what thoughts are the Christine that lives in New York City doing her thing, living her Sex in the City life. What are the thoughts that she's having? I got clear on that. I started to write specific thoughts that me was living, thinking. What are the beliefs? Like, what are the core beliefs of this me? I got clear on some of the core beliefs that I knew that I would be thinking. Like, I get to live my amazing life. I love living in the city. I'm enjoying hanging out with my friends. This is, I enjoy, walking around the city in my cute outfits, like all of those things. I am, people go out of the way to do nice things for me. I'm always in the right place at the right time. Everyone goes out of their way to 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 do things, and things work out in my favor. Everything is working out for me. Like, those are some of the core beliefs that I started to really embody all these years ago. Feelings. I got clear on the feelings I believed I would feel when I was living in New York. And so, what I suggest for you to do is get to 3 feelings, pare it down, right? Always include a really fun, high frequency feeling like happiness or joy or appreciation, because that vibration is in alignment with receiving. And so I made sure that one of my feelings was I'm going to feel so joyful. And I really intended every single day to tap into joy. I also said I would feel so sexy. Like, that's why I called it my Sex in the City life. So I made sure that I dressed really nicely for my body. I really made sure that I put myself in the frequency of I am so sexy. I'm living in my best life. This is, oh, that's sexy, this sexy. It was just one of the words that I was using, and it was a feeling that I was really encompassing into my body. And appreciation. I was going to feel so appreciative and so grateful for everything in my life. And so I really made sure to tap into the frequency of appreciation. Appreciation is the energy of receiving. It is celebration is the symphony of this. So I celebrated, I appreciated, I was really in the frequency of this. Next, intentions. What are you intending? And for me, I intended to live my city life. And I intended that I would be confident and powerful in my expression of myself in my business, like when I was in the corporate world and where I was currently at the Coca-Cola company. And I knew that that would translate to wherever I ended up working in New York City. So I really own this energy. Then I have these intentions to do that. What are some of the decisions that I would make as the me who was already living in New York City, right? Decisions. I had decisions to, I decided that I would love where I was. That was one of the biggest decisions. Love and appreciate Atlanta, Georgia as much as I could. Love and go to all the places that I've always wanted to go to in Atlanta. Go to all the brunch spots. Like, really love and appreciate my now moment and not make moving to New York as a way of getting away from Atlanta. I decided to enjoy every aspect of it. Another decision I made, that I decided that I got to start to look at the career changes or career opportunities that I wanted to make and experience in New York. I got to start looking for those opportunities now. So I decided and I moved, because the last one is actions, it's movement. And so you can't make, you changing your thoughts and your beliefs, right? You're feeling into these feelings, you made all these intentions and decided that this is going to be different, but then you're not moving. If you aren't moving in alignment with being the person who already has what you desire, then you're not embodying this. And so what I did was I brought a lot of these feelings, emotions, intentions into my body and moved with that frequency, moved in the energy of joy, moved in the energy of gratitude. I made changes. I connected on LinkedIn with people that lived in New York City. I did actions. I said, okay, if I think I'm going to go to brunch with my friends every Saturday or Sunday in New York City, well, then I get to start going to brunch now. So I made brunch plans with my friends for Saturdays and Sundays every single week. Brunch, 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 brunch. I dressed the part. So I up leveled the way I was dressing and what I was doing, because in Atlanta, I was like probably a little lazy in my dress and I wasn't really owning the frequency of fashionista. So I decided that I got to be a fashionista. And I shifted and started to dress more. I put makeup on. I really took pride in the way I was being in Atlanta, Georgia, not needing to wait to be in New York to do all these things. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Yes, you are. Okay. And so what happened? Very quickly, it was probably about 2 weeks in, I was invited to a brunch with one of my coworkers at Coca-Cola, Dawn. Hey, girl. And she brought her friend, who is now one of my closest and most amazing friends, Deanna. And at that lunch, Deanna, who used to live in Atlanta, was talking about how she lives in New York City. Deanna and I connected. I told her I was moving to New York and she was like, "Come visit." Blah blah blah. So it was the week of my birthday. I remember because I got to New York and it was snowing and it was March probably like 16th or something. And it was snowing right before St. Patrick's Day. And so I get into New York and I'm like, okay, it's snowing. And I'm used to the South where it's like spring and beautiful. And I was like, oh, yes, I can do this. This is going to be fun. Deanna invited me to stay with her for a week. I set up interviews. I had interviews with Johnson and Johnson and Victoria's Secret limited brands, and ended up going on both interviews, ended up receiving a job offer that tripled my current very good Coca-Cola salary. Not only that, I was able to negotiate a huge sign-on bonus, and they paid for me to move and pack me up to move. And so it was the best interview experience. It was so easy. I had such a great time hanging out with Deanna, getting to know all of her friends who became my friends. And so I already had a community of friends. It was literally my Sex and the City life. So when I first moved there, I ended up moving into a building that used to be called a Trump building. It was on what was it, 59th and Broadway, I believe. And no, 70th. Yes, 70th and Riverside Boulevard. How do I not remember my address? It's 70th and Riverside Boulevard. So I stayed there. It was a gorgeous building. I lived in this building. It was down the street from one of the girls from The View. And then she and I used to take, they used to call car services and we would take the car service together. It was really funny. I loved it. Sherry Shepherd. It was fun. So we would take car service together every once in a while. And I really felt like a celebrity, like living my literal Sex and the City life. Fast forward, I stayed in that place for about 2 years. I connect with someone who worked at Victoria's Secret. She had a friend who wanted to lease her place, and it was in the West Village. I, talk to her. We do the negotiations. It's the best rent price. I was like, wow. Moved to the apartment. I'm walking down the street. Guess who lives down the street from me? Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew Broderick. It was literally my Sex and the City life. And not only that, I took my friend on a tour. It was a Sex and the City tour. She came to visit, and we both loved the show. And so we're doing the Sex and the City tour. The entire tour was in my current neighborhood. The gym that I was going to was the same gym that Miranda went to, and where she was smacking the little boy's hands or told him he couldn't press the elevator buttons. That was my gym. I literally manifested my Sex in the City life because I decided to embody that Sex in the City life while I was living in Atlanta, Georgia, working for the Coca-Cola Company. This is what is possible for you. And so your homework, it's not going to be a question today. It is your homework. I want you to look at what you desire to manifest in your business, whether it's your multi-million dollar business, whether it's doesn't matter. Are you being the person, the thoughts, the beliefs, the feelings, the emotions, the intentions, the decisions, and the actions of the you who already has that? This doesn't mean, oh, I want $1 million business. I need to be spending $1 million. No, 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 no. You just need to be in the energy of thinking the same thoughts, having the same beliefs, feeling those feelings that you think the $1 million or the successful business or the relationship or whatever is going to bring you. Making decisions in alignment with that you. Does, for example, I've been asking myself continuously, does $10 million me do this? Is this a program that the $10 million me is launching? Is this the way $10 million me would launch this program? Are these the actions that $10 million me would take? And so when you ask yourself those questions and make your decisions and movements based on being the person already, you are embodying that energy in your current everyday life. And so, what today's exercise is going to be is for you to take each one of these and start to go deeper on the thoughts, the beliefs, the feelings, the emotions, intentions, decisions, and the actions of the you who has what you already desire. And then start what? Doing it now. All right. So that is it. Always remember to please send me emails with your topics that you'd love me to discuss. The email is woointhedew@anahob.com. Please subscribe and leave a 5-star review so that people get to find this podcast. And don't forget, sign up for my free email series, Frequency Shift, because this is your frequency shift to create the life and the business of your dreams. Hugs, kisses, and all of the feels. Remember, don't talk about it, be about it, and be her now.